What's going on? My name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. Now, you can find me on all social media at I am Marcus Whitley and find any of my books, Both Sides of the Street, Choices and Consequences, Greatness Under Pressure, and Battling Demons, all on Amazon. Now, this is a very special episode for me because this is episode number 25. Now, I never dreamed that I would ever be doing this or even knew what podcasts were before I started. I had to look into what they were and do my research because I wanted to reach more people than my books were getting to, especially the ones that don't like to read. So, in this episode, I want to talk about how I became an author, because a lot of people ask me that question. So, I want to put it out there so all of you guys can know. It wasn't something that I dreamed about my whole life or I've been planning on doing. It's something that just happened. And as you all know, I have 3 published books out right now that are available everywhere. Now, I never in my life imagined that I'd be an author or that I would ever even want to be. It's not something that ever crossed my mind. When I was younger, all I ever wanted to do was play football or be a rapper. Like, I thought those were the 2 coolest things in the world. And I can't say that the streets ruined my dreams because I did that all on my own. I couldn't see what was important to me and I let the streets get the best of me. I didn't think about what my future could have been like. I didn't even think I had a future. It's sad to say that, but with the life I was living, I didn't even think I had a future. Now, when I got out of prison, I still wasn't thinking about being an author or even working with kids the way that I have been. All I thought about, or all that was on my mind, was getting myself right and established. Once I was able to do that, I would figure out my next moves in life. I had to start at the bottom, working at a grocery store, because that was the only place that would hire me with the record that I had. And seeing that I just came out of prison, I had to accept that and not let my pride get the best of me. Because when you're going through something like that, you can't let your pride get the best of you because you're only setting yourself up to fail doing that. Your pride ain't gonna pay your bills. I knew it wasn't God's plan for me to be there forever. So I wasn't too worried about that. But I had to start somewhere and build myself up to where I wanted to be if I wanted to get anywhere. I was there for 5 years, showing up every day, never calling out, never late, never having any write-ups or any problems. I did everything that I needed to do. And after that time, an opportunity was presented to me. I was told about a behavioral school that was hiring. Now, when I was told about the job, I wasn't even really thinking about what it was. I just knew the hours were better, it was better money, and it was full time because the job that I was at wasn't full time. And I was okay, but I wasn't making enough to live. But this job also had snow days, paid vacations, holidays. So, I mean, it seemed like the perfect job. And I didn't know what the job was really until I got there. And until they put me in that classroom. And to make it even better for me, they put me in a high school classroom. So I was with the teenagers. And these kids didn't care about nothing. Like, they were out of control. But that made me look back to when I was their age, and it made me realize that was me. But I mean, I wasn't as loud or obnoxious as they were, but I didn't care about anything either. Now, the school wasn't in the best neighborhood either, which didn't make things any better. And one day, me and one of my coworkers were standing outside in the parking lot after the kids had just left. And across the street, there was a library, and the library was overrun with homeless people and custies. There, now there was one. One of them was breaking the branches off of the trees, and he was building a tent. I don't know if he thought it was gonna rain or he just wanted to make himself a home. Now I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see his face that clearly, but he had looked like one of our high school students that had stopped coming to school. That's when it hit me, and it was a scary thought to think that that could be one of our students. And I started to talk to my coworker about how we got to do something about it. And I would never want to see one of our kids out there like that. I mean, we work at a school. How come we're not educating these kids on the dangers of the streets? And not just showing them that there's alternative options, but teaching them. You can't just tell somebody to do better or make better choices and not show them. Man. All right, come on, we got this.
I said, you got this.
Thank you. All right. You can't just tell somebody to do better and make better choices and when they don't know what else is out there. It's like telling them to pass a test but not showing them how to study. It's like telling them to go get their license but not giving them any driving lessons. Now, if we have the knowledge but we aren't willing to teach them, then wouldn't we be responsible if they fail or if something bad happens to them? I mean, because I feel like that would be on us. And I'm not okay with having that feeling.
Why?
I couldn't have that on my conscience knowing that I could have guided them in a better direction or done something to help, but didn't. And after talking about it for a few minutes, we knew the schools wouldn't fund any kind of program or anything like that. Alternative schools need kids to fail. It's job security. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It's all about money, not the kids' success. So it's on the teachers and the staff they're the ones that have the chance to make a difference. But they got to do it on their own. I mean, at least the ones that truly care do. Then me and my coworker kept talking a little bit and we started talking about ways that we can go around it and be able to reach those who need or want the help. And he suggested motivational speaking. Now that's cool and all, but that's not really my thing. Like, I'm more interactive. I can't just get up and start talking and talking and like my anxiety will get to me too much. I would get too distracted and like I feel uncomfortable. I'm more the type, I consider myself a motivational mentor because I like to work one-on-one with people or in smaller groups because I feel like that's how I can make more of an impact. But a strength for me has always been writing. Ever since I was younger, writing music and poetry has always been something that I love to do. So that's how the idea of a book was born. I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew was how to put words together. So I just started writing, going chapter by chapter. And then after I finished putting everything together, I reached out to a couple different editors and found one that fit me best, that would help me bring my story to life without losing my voice in the process. I wanted people to be able to relate and know that every word was sincere. After I was done, I reached out to a few traditional publishers because that was all I knew about. I thought that's how you got a book out there. But none of them wanted to touch a nonfiction book that talked about the streets and prison. So instead of letting that break me or discourage me or stop me from what I wanted to do, I self-published the book. Now, I've already sold over 1,000 copies of the book, well over 1,000 copies by myself. So don't ever let anybody crush your dreams, because even if they were dreams that you didn't even know you dreamt about, if the idea sparks and it's something you're passionate about, go for it. Don't let anybody stop you, because you never know what can come of it. I mean, look what happened to me. Anyways, I hope this episode was able to share a little bit about the process of and my journey of becoming an author. My name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. I want to thank you for rocking with me through 25 episodes. So until the next episode,